to another episode of Aspie with Attitude. You're joining David, 39 years old, being on the autism spectrum. You know what, I love dressing the same for each and every episode, and I'll continue that since I like to wear the same style of clothing there. And have you subscribed to this channel? If you've already subscribed, have you rang the notification bell button to keep up to date with Aspie with Attitude? Have you ever liked or shared your favourite video from the Aspie with Attitude YouTube channel on Twitter or Facebook? For this episode, I am going to discuss developmental delays, which is all based on an article that was written by Judy Enbow called Autistic Adults Do Not Like Autistic Children. And I did come across this article on Facebook when I was working on episode 63 because I wanted to discuss what life was like with developmental delays, especially being on the autism spectrum. And here we go. I had to read on the first reason. Adults, whether they're neurotypical or autistic, generally most don't behave the same way that children would behave. Well, there seems to be an argument that autism doesn't prevent a person from growing up over time. Well, how is so? What about some people who are on the autism spectrum can become responsible adults before coming to the age of 25 or even younger? Well, in the last 39 years, I have experienced developmental delays, especially living my life on this autism spectrum. And this all going back to when I was 15 years old, and I was playing with Lego like if I'm still 8 years old. Well, this was caused after finding difficulties in fitting with my same age peers back in the high school that I went to. Being a teenage boy who was into Lego back in 1995, back in those days, was considered rather odd. Falling back on Lego was also caused by a gaming detox, or maybe that I just got bored of Sonic the Hedgehog. Well, from this one experience I had with developmental delays, was probably that high school culture at a time would have overwhelmed me. At the time though, I never liked sports at the time. All the same age peers I wanted to be friends with were all into sports like basketball, football, tennis, etc. That's all going back in 1995. And this had made my social interactions with my same age peers even more difficult, allowing me to grow up much slower until my parents did raise concerns about my appearance growing up in my early adulthood, which was in my early 20s. And when I did get into my mid-20s and even into my late 20s, I was only interested in doing what neurotypical and 18, 19-year-olds wanted to do. Well, I feel that I was challenged by sensory issues that affected me growing up as a young adult or my early adulthood. The peers that I wanted to be friends with back from that high school were all getting married and having children. And now, when I was 27 years old, I didn't know how to behave like my 27-year-old peers, and this raised a lot of concerns with my parents. Me, being 27 years old, I only wanted to do things that 18, 19-year-olds did back in 2007. I found my friends from my same age peers when I was only 29 years old, and I managed to maintain this friendship throughout my 30s. Well, how is that it was just such a rough, exhausting journey growing up with developmental delay. Well, these days, just getting close to 40, and I am doing the thing, educating what life is like being autistic. Well, it was for this episode. I just wanted to base my life story on an article written by Judy Enbow, which was published on the internet on the 23rd of March 2015. And I just wanted you to read her article all for yourself, since I'll leave a link in the description down below, so you can check this article out. And however so, there's no need to question, since I find being myself is easier than mimicking my 39-year-old peers. And however so, I had become an autistic YouTube creator, an adult Lego collector. and also growing all these plants. And one more thing I want to do before I sign off is, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Aspie of Attitude. My name is David. I'll see you next time, and peace and respect. And please subscribe, notification bell button, and please share these videos and leave a comment down below if there's any question.